I have finally made it to the garden. You can probably hear my voice. It's a bit husky. We have been ill, me and Susanna both, since last Monday. Today is Wednesday, so it's like 10 days. Full on. I don't know what happened, but we got the same bug, me and Susanna. And we are fighting through it. As you probably hear, Susanna's trimming around the house because it's gonna get hot. So it's 8 o'clock in the morning and it's the best opportunity to do a little bit of trimming before the heat comes. But I will show you at least a little bit of the garden because it's just magnificent. I think this year is the best garden. It's wild because we were so ill. We couldn't do any weeding or anything. But I just love that. We both do. You know, the chard this year, I think I've never seen such huge chard leaves. We're eating them every day, although neither of us can now taste or smell anything, which is really weird. This should be either butternut squash or summer squash. I haven't seen any fruit yet on these, but they are living their own life, these plants. Well, tomato plants are coming along, and I've planted lots of marigolds in between, but these are just massive. We've never had marigolds so big. You know, the plants themselves and the flowers, that's just, I don't know what happened this year, but yeah, looks like after Chernobyl, you know, everything has sprung, and yeah, it's massive. And the bees are coming to an end, and they got some mold as well, so we need to remove the plants. And this is a volunteer tomato appeared, and this is a salad cucumber, but there are 3 plants but no cucumbers as yet. Yeah, the potato patch is ready. We need to dig the potatoes up. Not sure when, because we are still not 100%, and the more time we spend in the direct sunlight, the worse we feel. So I suppose we need to wait a few more days before we feel better. This beast here, it's taller than me. These are Jerusalem artichokes. Yeah, we got some tubers last year from our friend, and Susanna just put them in, and they've come up beautifully. Strawberries this year keep giving. Yesterday we picked probably over 1 kilo of strawberries, and this is happening every day when we can. And still lots of flowers and lots of green fruit on it. And the raspberry, look at that. Massive. You can't even see the rhubarb now, almost. It's somewhere in between there, so we need to do something about that. Oh, I just left the garden and came up this little tiny hill we have, and I am out of breath. Everything takes so much effort. Oh, it's awful. Right, and we have, oh my gosh, the figs. Yeah, the figs are ready. Oh, I can't see this. No, you will be. Yeah. So I suppose that's my breakfast. Wow. Good morning. It's quite early. I think it's just past 7 o'clock. And today, Susanna and I, we are going to work on the vineyard. Yesterday we did the smaller part. I think it's like a 1/3. Because it needed to be pruned and treated. We only do preventative treatment. We don't do systemic. So it's within the organic method of treating the vineyard, because there are two main diseases here that could affect the vines and the grapes, and so obviously we don't want that. And the vineyard, because it was so wet and quite cold up until a few days ago actually, that the vineyard is like a bush. It's very bushy. So the plan is we're going to start from the fence there. I need to prune a couple of rows, and then Susanna can treat it, and I'll be continuing pruning. And hopefully it will be done by 11 o'clock because it's going to get very hot today. So we need to start as soon as and do it as quick as we can. So, yeah. You know, when we first got here, we had no clue how to look after vineyard, and thanks to our friend, we've learned a lot in those 5 years. But still, we still don't know much about vines, and I think, you know, it's like a lifelong journey to learn how, what, and when. But you can only learn if you want. And it's done. I don't even know what time it is. I think it's well, could be around 10, I suppose. And yes, so we did it. I think in 3 hours, maybe even less today, because I don't know why. We were just much faster than yesterday. And in this bigger part of the vineyard, There aren't many vines that are loaded compared to the smaller part. So it was, I suppose it was easier. It was just a chop chop, and then even the spraying. But this one is beautiful. This one looks great. So we'll see, as always. Okay, so can you see him, the naughty boy, up there? Woody, what are you doing there? Aha, tomato. No, tam nevím, co to tu lítá, tyjo, to jsou... Well, today is 15th of July, and look at this. Wow. It started raining right, I think about 3 o'clock in the morning, and it keeps raining. It's 8 o'clock now. Well, it's definitely very strange summer. Hello, Baini. When I was unwell last year, I started my first ever art journal as a way to decompress and refocus on something else rather than my physical state. Soon faces started to emerge and an idea was born. I set myself a challenge to paint 100 faces. I've never done portraits, and it seemed to be a cool idea to have a go at something I wasn't comfortable with. I believe challenges are the engine propelling us forward. I didn't think it's going to take over a year to complete this challenge, but it did. Over a third of the faces are now part of my art journal, and the rest is painted on an A5 mixed media and watercolor paper. You can check them all out on my Instagram page. I will leave the link below in the description box. So what's next? That's a question I have no answer to right now. I feel the need to paint big and bold again. Perhaps another abstract phase is here. Florals and still life is a theme that seemed to speak to me lately. I want to explore more color and composition as well as looseness. As you may know, I don't always finish each painting right away, but eventually it happens. So I'm going to leave you today with a recording of one of the pieces I did finish not that long ago. It's called Dryad. And as always, Thank you very much for your support, for your comments, likes, and subscriptions. Don't forget to subscribe if you haven't done already. It's for free. You don't have to pay and anything. And your support means a lot to both of us. So thank you very much. Enjoy and see you next time.